Hey everyone, so for today's Tag Thursday, I'm going to do the day and night book tag. Okay. So I'm really bad at explaining stuff, but this book tag is basically like each question. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, so basically it's called the day and night book tag. So each like individual letter has is has like a question that starts with that letter. I'm so bad at explaining stuff. I don't know if I made any sense, but I'll post like the questions down below in the description so you guys can see what I'm saying. I'll just give an example. For example, the first question, okay, so it's a day and night tag, so D from day. The first question is, do you read more in the morning or at night? And it just goes on from there. Like each letter has its own question starting with that letter. That makes sense, right? I don't know. But I'll just get started. You guys will get it. Okay, so I have my laptop here with all the questions, and let's get started. Okay, so the first question is, do you read more in the morning or at night? So I read more at night just because, like, in the morning and the afternoon, like, I'm doing so many different things, and even if I'm in my room, sometimes I need to go help my parents with something or help my brother with something, and I don't really like to be disturbed while I'm reading, and sometimes I don't even hear it when they're calling me, but I just don't like being disturbed because I really like just focusing on the book and the story and the characters, so I really prefer reading at night because at night everyone's asleep and I'm just in my room reading, and no one can tell me stop. But it is also dangerous reading at night because sometimes I really get into the book and I know I should sleep, but I just keep on going anyway, and then I end up sleeping at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I have to get up for school, and it's just so bad. So bad. Okay, so the second question is, are there any books that changed the way you thought about things? Alright, so there's two books that I remember just really changed my whole thoughts on so many different things. Okay. So those two books are Death Be Not Proud by John Gunther, right here. And then the second book is The Usual Rules by Joyce Maynard. Okay, so these two books, I read them in middle school, and I still keep them on my shelf because I think they are just two amazing, amazing books. They're both really sad too. So this book is a memoir written by a father of a son who had a brain tumor. And this book just taught me so much about just life, living, and just living your life to the fullest. This is just an amazing, heartbreaking memoir. Definitely encourage you guys to check it out. I guess it's always the sad books that really get to me. But, this book is about a young girl whose mother dies during 9/11. And I had read this in middle school, and during that time, your relationship kind of changes with your parents just a little bit. Like, you're not that little kid anymore, and you kind of just want to grow up and kind of, do all the grown-up-y adult things. And I've always been really close to my parents, to my family, but this book just kind of made me realize just how much of a big importance they are in my life. Like, it just kind of reiterated and emphasized, like, my feelings for my family. Alright, so the third question is, young adult or not? So definitely young adult. Everyone who's not reading young adult novels are definitely missing out on such amazing stories and characters. I definitely don't try to stick to like one age group. I read young adult, teen novels, I guess older regular fiction novels or whatever. Okay, so the next question is, are there characters that you honestly believe are real? So I kind of wish that all of the characters and all the stories I read are real. Okay, the next question is, nobody touches my books, or I don't mind loaning my books out. And it's not about like being selfish or anything, but I picked nobody touches my books. I've had like bad experiences in the past where I've loaned my books out to my friends and it came back like terrible, in just terrible condition. And I'm one of those people that's like super OCD about stuff. I don't know why. I think I get this from my mom because we both like to keep things in like super mint condition, and it just breaks our hearts when like something's broken or something's like scratched or something. So I don't really loan my books out to my friends. Sorry, friends. Just because I know how I like to like maintain my books. So yeah, sorry. So the next question is, do you ever smell your books? Yes, I do. This is pretty much why I can't buy like an electronic reader, just because I really love the smell of books. That's like a ritual for me. I opened up a book and I just instantly smell it. I don't know why. I've just been doing this for years. I don't know why I do it. I'm not knocking electronic readers, by the way. It's awesome that people are still able to read on the go. And I think it encouraged a lot more people to read on the go because they didn't have to carry like books around with them. I still like carrying books around with me, so. Okay. The next question is, not everyone loves books. Is this a positive or a negative? I think, I think it's negative in the way that like they're missing out on so many amazing stories and characters. But at the same time, I'm not like, oh my god, why are they not reading? Like, I'm not condescending or like mean towards anyone that doesn't read. And like, I'm not pushing them at the same time to like, read this book, you know. If you're not a reader, you're not a reader. I really don't care. But I also think it takes that like one special book for you to like start reading. So I'm not knocking it if you don't read books, but I just think that you're missing out on so many amazing stuff. Alright, so the next question is, I keep my books in the best condition or maybe not. And I guess I kind of touched on the subject a little bit earlier, but I do try to keep my books in the best condition as possible, just because I really like putting them on my shelves and them looking so beautiful. Like if I get a little wear and tear from like handling and just like reading them a lot, like that's okay with me. But I do try to keep them in the best condition. Like I try to keep the spines all beautiful and wonderful and the pages from not getting stained from anything. So the next is, gosh, I have too many books. True or false? False. You can never have too many books. So I have books here on this like IKEA shelf, and then I have like a pile of books in the corner of my room. I have like 4 piles that I haven't read yet. And then I have some books that I've taken out of my shelves and like kept in like a storage bin in my garage just because I couldn't fit them here anymore. And I also have like a bunch of books that I given to my brother, to my cousins. So I have a lot of books, but I don't think that you can never have too many books. Like if someone was like, hey, I'm going to install Belle's Library from Beauty and the Beast inside your house, I would say yes. Can you imagine just like walls of books all over? That would be amazing. Alright, so the second to last question is, have you ever spilled or stained your books before with something, and if so, how? So I'm really good about not staining my books or like spilling anything on them, and now that I've said this, I will probably accidentally spill something on my books later on. Oh gosh, I just jinxed myself. But I guess the worst thing I spilled on my book was water. I don't think I've spilled like anything bad on my books. This is the only one I can remember. I was drinking water and like I don't know how the water just kind of spilled all over me, and I got some on this book. So it kind of did that like wrinkly thingy that it does when you spill like liquids on the book. It probably won't show on camera, but like I can see it. Let me get closer. Oh, you can see it. Okay. So yeah, that's what happened to my book right here. And the last question is, toned or untoned while reading? Or in other words, do you read and work out at the same time? I do not, because I do not work out. No, I do work out, but I usually do more like running stuff or like Pilates, yoga kind of thing. So I can't really like read at the same time. Or maybe you can. Alright, that's all for today's tag. Thank you guys for watching. And if you guys want to answer any of these questions down below, I'd love to read what you guys respond. And I will see you guys next week. Bye!